Hey, so what's going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and just telling you all, if you're watching this video right as it comes out, I got this and a few other games from Limited Run at the same time, so there's going to be a bit of continuity right there, and I'm pretty much going to be getting these back to back to back and then doing the reviews on them, or I guess little previews here and there. But regardless, I'm going to be showing you all this right here, which is Octodad Dadliest Catch on PS4. Also, the numbering thing I'm going to talk about right here with the releases, they actually released them out of order, so I'll explain that when we get to it, right? But right here, this is Limited Run Games, and in case you don't know, pretty much every other month or every few months or so, this company, they end up taking a indie game and they end up making a physical console copy for the Vita and PS4, or the Vita or PS4, whichever it is. There's been a few games that have only been on the Vita, and I think there's been a few games that have only been on the PS4. Cannot confirm that 100%. Actually, you know what? I know we can actually check right here. So actually, no. Okay, so there's only been one game that's been on the Vita alone right there. As you can see, that is Breach and Clear, and that was the very first one that came out. And cool thing is, there's actually going to be a sequel to Breach and Clear coming out on PS4, so I'm definitely going to be picking that up at one point. But normally they throw you some goodies. Like, as you can see, we have this little postcard type thing right here. I've never actually seen this, so this was a neat thing that they threw in. And then Limited Run, just the sticker that they always throw in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, open this up, and normally what I do is I open these up, unbox them, and then play a little bit and show you all kind of how it plays and my first thoughts on it. So the cool thing about this right here is I've actually been wanting to play Octodad, and I have not, and I believe this is probably their most well-known release that they've put out physically, aside from the Oddworld game, because Oddworld was already a, established franchise and everything. But this is cool, so I've actually been wanting to play this. So right here we have Octodad Dadliest Catch. We're going to look here on the side, and this was the numbering thing that I was telling you all about once this kind of focuses in, if it wants to. Now, if you can see right here on the spine of it, we have Octodad Dadliest Catch, and then right here it is LR-P05, even though this is technically the fourth one for PS4 that's come out. But regardless, let's go ahead and check out the back as well, too. Now right here we have the back of the case, which explains the game itself a bit, and then let's go ahead and look at the bottom. Now as you can see, there's just a big missing plot right there, which I've noticed on these releases, but it's Limited Run, technically number 10, because they also include the Vita releases in there. And then it takes up 3.5 gigabytes of hard drive space, and it is one player, and of course uses a DualShock 4, and because it's the PS4, it's all regions, which is nice. So let's go ahead, crack this thing open. So let's see right here, we got the game disc itself, nothing too special on there. Well, I mean, it is special because it is a physical release, but let's go ahead, leave that over to the side, and I'll go ahead and open this up right here. Now this is actually a manual. That's actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead, we can see that, that's the whole backdrop and everything right there, and let's kind of check this out. Okay, and this is actually pretty awesome, because you don't see this in new games anymore. As you can see, it has the family characters right there. It's actually in color, which is pretty neat. And yeah, it is only a few pages. Like, as you can see, I'm done with it at that point. But yeah, no, like, most of the time, a little manual or slipcase will just come with the warnings, and that's about it. So that's cool. So we now have that. And then normally what I do with these is, let's see, I'm going to, if I can pick up the disc, go ahead, put it there, and then I'll take these two and kind of just slide them in so I could actually keep them. But that's about it. So that is the unboxing for the physical release itself. Now, some people might be wondering why these are so special. Well, because it is Limited Run Games, they do a limited release of these. That means they do one pressing, which is normally a few thousand copies, and that's it. They don't ever press any more copies of the same game. Sometimes they do sell them later on because they might hold on to a few, or people might cancel their orders, so you might be able to get it later. New, probably not. It'd be hard to get, but used you can probably get. But the nice thing is, as I said, they do one run and then that's it. They never do another run, and they keep the runs. Right now, I've never seen any more than 4,000 copies, and they sell out pretty fast. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this game, going to go over to the PS4, and we're going to check it out.
So now if you look on screen, we're at the part of the video where I go in, I play a bit of the game, and I show you all the gameplay footage that I captured while I also talk about it. And I have to say, out of all the Limited Run releases that I've played thus far up until now, this is probably my favorite. Now, I'd actually never played this game. I know first it came out on PC, then it came out on PS4, and I don't know what other systems this is on, but I have to say Octodad is really fun. I mean, I was just playing it and I was laughing at this game, and it's a fun, genuinely good-hearted game, which is what I love about it. I mean, I'm not saying that I completely hate shooters or anything, because you all have seen Doom footage on here and a bunch of other violent games that I play, but still, playing a game like this was just refreshing and was just having me laughing. Now, essentially, if it looks like I'm doing bad at the game, it's because, well, that's kind of the point of it. You have to really The best way I could explain the controls is, you know when you hold a controller in your hand and you just know instinctively what buttons to push? Now imagine, and some people might have no issue with this, but most people do, imagine you have to give the controller to someone and have them play through a game, and they've never played a game before, but you need to tell them what buttons to press, where they are, what time, what they do, and everything. So you kind of have to reprogram yourself and actually learn the controls on here, and that is the point of this game, which is what I love about it. And then the story with it as well too is what I'm not understanding this. I kind of want to finish the game just to see what happens in it, and I probably will at one point because this game is, as I said, pretty fun. But essentially, imagine you're living in like a typical 1960s, 1970s style household, and you're, you know, a good, well-off American family, except you're the dad, and the dad is a squid, or an octopus, I guess, and nobody knows. Like, your wife doesn't know, she suspects something. All your friends, they don't know, they kind of suspect, they know you're weird and you act like an animal sometimes, like you like go crazy at parties and all that stuff, and even your kids, like nobody knows. And at the same time, it's also revealed pretty early on that there's this chef that's out to get you, and it seems like that's a family secret. So it's a secret that there's a chef that wants to cook you, and it's also a secret that you are not human. So essentially a story about bestiality. I'm kind of kidding on that, but not really, because the wife and the octopus did have kids that are human, so I don't, this is what rating, this game doesn't have a rating on it. That's what's been missing. This game doesn't have a rating. What the, okay then. Anyways, I was thinking, I was like, is this an E-rated game or is this, anyways, point is on this, I have thoroughly enjoyed the little bit of this game that I've played. Now, is it worth getting? I will say, at this point, you probably can't get a copy of it from Limited Run, and Limited Run games are $25 and then about $5 shipping. But I looked on the PlayStation Store, and you can get a digital copy for 15 bucks, and I will say, if you get on PC or you get on PlayStation 4, I would actually recommend it. As I said, this was a game I'd actually never played until now, and I really wanted to play it, but I just never really bought it. Unless it's on Steam and it's one of the games I bought in a bundle or something. Either way, this was a good opportunity for me to get it, and now, you know, for about double the price, I do have a collectible version in my collection here. Now, is it worth the extra money? Really, that's up to you. For me, I like having that collection, and I think what Limited Run Games does is pretty cool, because on top of that, then the game will appreciate in value as well, since it's a known Limited Run release, and now you have it in there as well too. But yeah, man, as I said, I don't really have anything bad to say about this game. It is a tad bit difficult, and there's times where I'm like, come on, they really expect me, like I had to mow the lawn. I had to mow the lawn in this game, which I'm not saying it's bad that you have to do it, but it's just like, really, they expect me to do this as a squid where I have to control every part of my body with a different function of the controller. I also saw two other things which I have not tried. There is a co-op mode, which it's not online co-op. Essentially, you hook up a second controller, and then you and a friend can choose what body parts you want to control, and you co-op that way. And there's also a feature where you could use the PlayStation Move controllers, which I don't have any Move controllers, so I haven't been able to test, but those are some pretty cool things in the game as well too. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed this and hope it enlightened you on this game, and I would definitely say I do recommend this game. This, as I said, is probably my favorite Limited Run game that I've gotten just because it put a big dumb smile on my face. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off for real this time. Later, everyone.